Hey guys, it's Willie from Panda.com. Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about, I guess, what could be the end game. So if you've been following the channel for a while, you'll know that, in my opinion, I think we're probably in the maybe like the last stage of, I guess, like this melt up or this crazy crack up boom or whatever you want to call this. There's a lot of speculative elements in this market move, but then after that I think we'll have something almost just as big. I think in a previous video I called the bubble like Big Bubba, but then after Big Bubba would be like the Big Nasty, like something so horrible in terms of like a market down move that I think a lot of people will be they'll just like get out of the markets and they'll be disgusted with the markets for a while. But then my next thought was like, well, after like a big nasty down move, like, do I just like retire, hopefully with some gains intact, or is there something else that we can profit from? And I've been like watching a lot of other videos, reading a lot of books, reading a lot of articles on like what like these big picture like billionaire guys are thinking. Some of them are thinking maybe like commodities, and maybe I'll make another video on that. Some people think it could be gold and silver, which is like part of like the commodities part, and I do have some some gold and silver trades, and then also like if you have like physical gold and silver, it's probably best not to like tell too many people about it, in case like it becomes really valuable. You don't want people like digging up your backyard or like breaking into your house or anything like that, so just be careful with that. And then that brings me to like the last or like the topic of this video, and I've been thinking about Bitcoin, because in the last I guess like around 2017, like that big crazy move up from like I guess whatever, like I think it went from like 1,000 to 20,000 or something like that, and that was like a crazy move. And I thought like, oh well, it's probably just like another bubble. And then like recently when Bitcoin went I think close to 40,000, or like it was probably above it by the time you watched this video, and I thought, wow, maybe Bitcoin isn't necessarily part of the bubble, but it could be like from a philosophical and monetary point of view, it might be like a reflection of a bubble, meaning Bitcoin doesn't trade by itself. Like you have to trade Bitcoin against something else, like usually like a fiat currency. So for those in like the US, we're trading like our US dollars in exchange for like a Bitcoin. And I've been kind of hesitant to like put on too many Bitcoin trades, because like there's not really like a good method of like trading Bitcoin right now. I know that Tastyworks, like they will eventually come out with a like a Bitcoin Cash, where like you just not like BCH, I think it's BTC. Or they will have like different ways that we can buy and sell Bitcoin, and maybe like a few other big cryptocurrencies, but it's not leveraged. And then I guess like maybe in another video like I'll talk about like leverage Bitcoin plays, but today I think I just want to stick to like kind of like why you would want to have like a Bitcoin. And I've been watching a lot of like videos too, and also like just going on social media and see what other people think. And I think what kind of scared me away is like sometimes like Bitcoin, like it attracts a lot of like weirdos and like scammy and spammy people. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like in the comment section in the future I'll have to keep an eye on to like clean up the comment section, because I want like actual people that want to learn about it, to comment, or maybe like experts like to comment in like the comment section, instead of like, they're always spamming like some, like a WhatsApp or like a Telegram group or whatever, like trying to, just like just like bad actors trying to take advantage of people. It's just horrible. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. Bitcoin, I think it could be like a new version of gold. I've watched, I think one of the more persuasive, I guess, people in the Bitcoin community, but that has like some credibility, I think, is probably Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy, and then also Raoul Paul from, he's one of the co-founders of Real Vision. I've been like kind of watching and like just reading about like their thoughts, and I think like Bitcoin could be like a new form of gold, and also maybe possibly like a kind of like an alternative like reserve currency. So like right now, like I have way too much exposure to the US dollar. If you think about it, like if you have some like a property, you pay your property taxes in US dollars. Like whatever things that you buy on the internet, like it's like in US dollars. Like my like Tastyworks portfolio is in US dollars. I mean, aside from like maybe a few like Chinese and emerging market stocks, like I don't have like a really good way to diversify. I mean, I'm not gonna buy bonds, right? Because like bonds right now, like the 10-year treasury is paying like, I don't want to say nothing, but it's like it's close to nothing, and like you have to put up your money for like 10 years. I mean, no way. Or even worse, like a treasury bond, like a 30-year, like also maybe you're maybe getting like 2% if you're lucky, and then that might not even cover like inflation. So like no way, I'm not buying bonds. I kind of like gold and silver. Like I mean, it's also like a weird product because like it doesn't really do anything. It's just holding some value. And then this is where like it gets interesting, because like I guess according to Michael Saylor, like Bitcoin, it's actually inherently deflationary. So over time, your Bitcoin, in terms of whatever fiat currency that you're holding, will go up in value. Or the other way to think about it is that your fiat currency, or probably your dollar or your euros, is going down in value. So in that sense, like Bitcoin doesn't, like it does a better job of holding value. I mean, gold and silver would probably do okay as well, but it still has like a little bit of like inflationary risk, because like if the dollar value of gold and silver goes up, that incentivizes like gold and silver miners to like make more product and bring more supply into the market. And that's kind of like a drag. But like Bitcoin, I mean, it technically also has like a little bit of drag too, because like when you buy Bitcoin, it's not free. And like, just for example, like I tried out like buying like a little bit of like Bitcoin on like through some of the popular apps like PayPal, Square, and then there's also, I think, like Coinbase is another one, and then Gemini. I'm not going to tell you which one. I'll let you decide for yourself. But there, no matter who you try to go to buy with, like you're always going to pay a little bit of fees. So I think on like $100 like a small purchase, I paid like $2.20 or $2.30 as a fee to buy the Bitcoin. And I think like right now, like it makes it a lot easier for like just like the common person that doesn't really know like the ins and outs of like Bitcoin and distributed ledgers and like public and private keys and so on and so forth. They're probably not interested in that. They're probably just like, well, I just want to like find a way to like hold some of my value, or like they want to like spend some of their value. And I think what PayPal, Square, and like some of these other companies that make it easier for like the end consumer. I think that's good. I think at some point, like if there's enough adoption where like the common person I'm talking about, I think that'll increase like the network effects of not just Bitcoin, but maybe like some of the other cryptocurrency related projects like Ethereum, maybe Chainlink. Yeah, I've done some reading and researching on that like over the years, but like none of them really like have fully panned out like the way that you thought. Because I remember a few years ago, like Neo was like this like big hot thing, and then like I don't know what the price is, but I don't think it's even in the top 20-25 anymore. By the time you watch this, but anyway, I guess like I'm really I think I'm starting to really see the light in of like Bitcoin as like a potential like a diversifier. Like the way to think about it for me is that it's almost like a portfolio, like a put. Because I mean it's great like if my stocks go up, but I mean are my stocks really going up, or is like that my like the US dollars that I'm holding them in, it's going like down, and I guess when your dollars are going down, like you have to find a place to put it. And I think right now that's why like stocks, like they feel really overpriced to me, but it might not be, because like there's really no like not that really like a lot of good places to put it. Like you have to kind of maybe you buy some dividend paying stocks, and then maybe you buy like some crazy like growth stock, maybe you buy some Tesla or Roku, whatever that you want. And I think a lot of people like they're kind of maybe not thinking deeply on like the philosophy of money, but like they're still like in the back of the money, like something weird is happening, and like they're like, well, I have to put my money somewhere. So I think Bitcoin over time like it could be a really important asset, maybe not just as like a reserve, like a kind of like a new form of like a reserve currency, but we'll see. And I think in my next video, like I'll maybe talk about maybe some of the maybe more like a leverage way to play Bitcoin, because right now like Bitcoin, like you're just buying or selling it, or you're using it in like part of a transaction, which is good. But I think for maybe traders and like more active investors, like kind of like me, where like you want like something more. So maybe in the next video I'll talk more about like the actual like how to and like the mechanics of it. But I guess like just Bitcoin in general, if you just want to buy and sell it, there's plenty of places now to do it. I think maybe even like I don't recommend Webull, but I think even they have like a way to buy some cryptocurrencies. I guess like the main ones right now would be like I guess PayPal, the Cash App from Square. Tastyworks will have like a feature soon, but it might not be available in all states. Just watch out for that. And then of course like there's like Coinbase, and then there's a whole bunch of like other guys like Binance. If you want to kind of just trade like Bitcoin versus like other cryptocurrencies. What else? I guess Coinbase and Gemini, I think I mentioned before. And I think maybe it's time that like everyday people can also like maybe benefit from Bitcoin as well. Maybe start watching like some of the other videos like that I recommended, like from Real Vision and from any of like Michael Saylor's interviews, to kind of like just to kind of think about like what you can potentially do in your own portfolio. Not recommending you go out like and you buy like $100,000 worth of Bitcoin or anything like that, or like even like a whole fractional bit, like a whole like big fraction of a Bitcoin. Like just like maybe start small, like PayPal. You can buy. I think I saw that you could buy like even just like $1 worth. So that's way like you could kind of see how it moves around. Maybe just like start off small and start as you get more confident with like the product, then you can like go in and buy more. This is more meant to kind of be like an intro for myself and for my viewers to kind of like think about. So again, like this is not financial advice. I think it's just like to start thinking about things, because like there's like a lot more money like that's gonna pour in, and it's not just from like small time players like smaller traders or active investors such as myself or even you guys. Like there's gonna be, or I think it's already started where like for example Stan Druckenmiller, one of the famous like hedge fund guys, like they've already started like a position. And then there's the gentleman from Market Wizards. He's also like started like positions. So I think this might be just the start. I mean, there could be like some volatility along the way. Like sometimes like it shot up to like 40,000, then it went down to like 35,000, and then like it's moving back towards 40,000. So there's gonna be like some back and forth. So there's no need to kind of like just throw all your money in right now. I think maybe there's one of the few areas where like I can kind of take my time and like just build a position like slowly, because I think there's a lot of factors in play. Like it depends on what happens with the stock market. I want to try to like take as much money out of it as I can, but at the same time, like what do I do with like the dollars after I sell everything, or like I covered like all my short positions or whatever? Like you're still gonna be left with some US dollars. So then like you have to start thinking about like, well, do you want to put it into gold and silver? Do you want to put it into commodities? Do you want to put it into Bitcoin? And I think in the future videos, like I'll start maybe give you like some ideas for like ways to kind of leverage it a little bit. So thank you. I hope this wasn't too like rambly, and I hope there won't be too many like scam or spam art comments, and I hope that if you're a real person, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. And thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great